Okay, here's our daily recap today of our trading session. Two red trades today. We'll go over them. It happens. It is what it is. One of them, really dumb trade. The other one, I think, was a decent attempt. Market just didn't go in our direction, and that's okay. So I set the charts here right now. We're looking at our 15-minute chart here. As you can see, after our rally that we had yesterday, markets are giving some of that back, and we are starting to actually fall. Let's go into our minute chart, and we'll talk about the three trades that we took today. All right. As you can see here, market open, New York session open. Back here, had some volatility. I had our key level here, which is I use the lows of the day set from previous sessions, and then highs and lows of previous day as well. So key area today was low of the day. I was expecting price to move down to the low of the day and then hopefully bounce, which we did get. I did not take this trade here. We moved up into basically back up to New York session highs here, and we had a nice continuation, a nice fall here, ultimately breaking through our key level of the day, the low of the day. We started to push pretty quickly and get some volatility as we continued to push down here. And like an idiot slash rookie, I FOMO'd in with this trade here. Completely and utterly ridiculous trade. I know that it immediately, as soon as I took the trade, I knew that I shouldn't have. It is what it is. Sometimes we do that, right? The goal is to try to not do it. So got in, hoping to catch the continuation. It immediately went against me, got stopped out at the very next candle. I went in today trading micros just because I knew that we were going to have volatility and I wanted to leave myself some wiggle room. So I just went in with 5 micro contracts here. So this first loss here was about $500. At the end of the day, if I didn't FOMO into this trade, obviously this wouldn't have happened and I wouldn't have been down to start with. Let the market consolidate it a little bit. We started to push back up, back towards our key level. Next plan was if we break the key level with some strength, then we can look for a retest and then possibly get in to continue to the long side. We didn't push through with strength. We did push back down below with some strength. So this area didn't work out for me. You can see here we got a nice strong push to the downside, followed by 1, 2 candles right back past our key level here. This was the strength that I was looking for to push past our key level. At this point here, I was looking for a retest of our key level and then a continuation to the upside. So I was watching this candle here very closely because we did retest here and we tested a couple times, ultimately closing above. I hesitated here. I should have taken my position here, okay, with a very small stop loss just below that wick, just below the key level. Because if we dropped back below the key level, chances are the trade would not have been valid, and I would have been okay with that. But we immediately pushed up and out. I ended up actually getting into the trade, as you can see here, much higher because I hesitated. So it didn't leave me much room. We did push higher almost immediately. So I was able to push my stop loss really, really tight and, hoping that we would continue up. We did continue to move up. Ultimately not having enough strength to continue the move to the upside, and we ended up getting stopped out. You can see here that the trade wouldn't have worked out regardless. I was targeting highs back here. My first target was previous highs here. I would have taken some off the position here, and then finally taking the rest off of the highs prior to that. We never made it there. Strong push back down to our key level here. That was my two red trades in a row there, right? First one, really, really dumb, waste of a trade, honestly. And I know it, and I got to be honest with myself. Second one, I thought that this was a pretty decent setup to try for. Um, Position could have been much better. I shouldn't have hesitated here, should have gotten in here. At the end of the day, it wouldn't have mattered. We would have gotten stopped out regardless. Once price pushed back below, I switched into my practice account at this point because, again, two red trades in a row is no more trading for me for that day. But I do have a practice account, and the more you practice, the more reps you get in, the better that you're going to get. So I wanted to continue practicing, right? I wasn't just going to call it a day. So what I realized here was we were pushing past levels. And so we started to build some liquidity up in this zone here. We had a little bounce, pushed up and tested, didn't quite make it. This candle here is a very interesting candle. We started off with a very strong push into our liquidity zone, ultimately not pushing past through it, and then closing very bearishly. At this point, I said, this is not a trade that I actually took, but I said, I would get in on the close of this candle here based off of, liquidity area and how this candle closed. So we set up a trade here targeting previous lows. And the trade went in the direction almost immediately. That's a good sign. So basically what I said initially was we went in with, we'd say for me, particularly on this day, if I were to take this trade still in micros, I would have taken 5 contracts to the downside. I would have taken 3 contracts off at previous lows here, and then let 2 of those run if it was going to run. If not, we'd trail our stop loss down. We didn't quite make the TP mark here, and we ended up closing this candle slightly bullish. At this point here, I said I would have taken the 3 contracts off there, right? Because you don't know if we're actually getting a bounce off of this bottom. I thought we still had some more downside, but it doesn't really matter what I think. To be smart and to secure profits, at this point here, I said, okay, at the close of this candle, I'm going to take 3 contracts off. Stop loss goes to break even. So you secured profits. So it was a good trade, right? We let the trade play out a little bit longer. Once we broke past these previous wicks here is when I said I'd close the rest of the position. Because at that point, you're probably turning and you don't want to be in that trade any longer. So these trades I actually took in my challenge account, down about 600 today. This one was about 500, really stupid trade. This one here was a decent attempt, I think. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And was able to set a very tight stop loss there. This one only losing less than $100. So at the end of the day, if I wasn't an idiot and I didn't FOMO into one of these positions, I would have only been down $100 on the day, which would have been really, really nice. That's where we need to strive to be, right? Super small losses while our gains are big, okay? And this trade here, my FOMO trade, should have never have existed. And I know that. I can't blame anybody but myself. But it is what it is. We're still in the green on the account total, and we're still in the green on the second 50K challenge total as well. Tomorrow, I think what I'm going to do is trade in the second 50K account to see if we can't build that up a little bit, see if we can't build some consistency with the trades. And then, if we can accomplish that, then we can switch back over into the other 50K account and start to build that one up too. And then hopefully we can get both of those challenges passed, and we'll have 2 accounts that we can go back and forth with and hopefully start getting some payouts. So today, lesson learned, decent trade. I thought market just didn't play out the way that, we wanted it to. That happens. There's no such thing as 100% win rate. The following trade that was a practice trade ended up working out well. And I'm realizing that I'm much better at choosing trades based off of liquidity areas versus just key levels by themselves. Um, Obviously putting them together would work great, but even outside of our key level areas, I can see the liquidity and which way the market is moving, just based off of that. So moving forward, my plan is to just concentrate on those types of trades because these are the ones that seem to work out well for me. And so that's what we're going to concentrate on. All right. So that's the recap for the day. That's how those trades went. One idiot trade, one pretty good trade just didn't pan out, but very, very small loss. That's how those are supposed to go. So in hindsight, good trade, right? Um, and then one good practice trade. The practice ones are always the good ones, right? Anyway, that's the recap for today. I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, I'd ask you to hit that subscribe button. There's still 88% of you that watch my content that have not subscribed yet. So if I could just ask a single favor, please subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate your support. Thank you for those that have already subscribed to the channel. And don't forget to join our free Discord community. Link is in the description down below. And I will see you guys all tomorrow in our live session. Stay green.